Hey Marathon fam, and welcome to my March recommendation video. So I'm going to be recommending, because in March we have, the theme is retellings and the challenge is marathon a series. So I have one retelling to officially recommend for you guys, and also a series that I had to cut down on because there were just like so many series that I could recommend you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. I think I may take a page from Christina's book if you guys are interested, / will possibly be up this week on my channel about retellings that I own but I haven't read yet. So guys, look out for that and let me know if you guys are interested in that in the comments, and I will link it down below here whenever I put it up on my channel. So first book I'm going to recommend to you guys is a retelling, and it is a Beauty and Beast retelling, and it is Real Beauty by Rosamund Hodge. This one is about this girl who, since her birth, has been betrothed to this immortal being who kind of rules over the world, and she has also been raised to kill him. So on her 17th birthday she meets him, and then things kind of, it tests her loyalty between her family, her world versus her lord. So this was a really great book. It was a little dark, a little weird, but I loved it, and I highly recommend everyone give it a try. And it's a standalone. Who doesn't love standalones? I definitely want to reread it next month. Of course, I should probably reread a bunch of those other retellings I have. Hey, what can you do? Then I have this really easy breezy series to recommend you guys, and that is the Royals series. The first 3 in this series. There's a 4th one, but it follows a different brother / couple, so this one follows the same couple mainly. And then we have Paper Princess, we have Broken Prince, and we have Twisted Palace. Now this one follows Ella, who after her mother dies is just kind of trying to make it alone, but she's kind of underage, so she has to go off with her dead father's, who she's never met, friend, who just pops up, and he takes her to live with him, and he has 4 sons that live with him. And of course her and this other guy start vibing, and we follow their relationship for like 3 books. It's so soap opera-y. It's so fun though. It's a thrilling ride to be on, and you get to learn about, like, we follow their relationship, but also family secrets just be popping up everywhere. You're just like, what is, like, it is a soap opera in these book form. Like, I can't wait to read that 4th one. Hopefully it's as good as this, because what I wonder if there are any more secrets that can pop up. Moving on from that, I have the Girl of Fire and Thorn series, and that by Ray Carson. We have the Girl of Fire and Thorn, the Crown Embers, and the Bitter Kingdom. Now this one follows this girl who takes place in this fantasy world where she has been gifted with the Godstone at birth, which happens like I think every 100 years. I can't remember. It's been a while since I read it, but she's the second daughter in line to this throne or whatever. So she gets betrothed for like a peace thing to this other king in this neighboring kingdom, and she goes off with him, and then you just have this really great story arc of her like growing throughout just the first book. Like, usually some people may say that for like all 3 books, but just within the first book alone she really grows. Like, she goes from like this really timid, like kind of shy, kind of pampered, spoiled princess type into something other, more confident and not so spoiled anymore, and trying to learn more about what the world is and what the Godstone in particular is, because a lot of people want to be after her for that Godstone. So this was an excellent series, and the second book especially was just like hands down the best. Like, after this first book you were just like, well, I wonder where's it going to go from there. I mean, especially with her character development, but she still manages just to grow and change throughout the second and third book, and you just gotta love that. So moving on, this one I'm going to take it back. I'm going to take it back to those pre-booktube days. So I remember the 3rd book the most in this series, so I really want to reread it one of these days, but I remember just loving it, and it is the Artemis trilogy by Jonathan Stroud, and it's the Amulet of Summer kind. And then we have the Golem's Gate, the Golem's Eye, and then Ptolemy's Gate. I pronounce things wrong. So this follows this 11-year-old sorceress, magician's apprentice, or whatever in this world, and he has this encounter with this really smarmy, ambitious a-hole of a magician, and he really humiliates Nathaniel. And so Nathaniel goes off and he goes to summon this like really old, I think it's a demon genie type thing, and he succeeds, but he can't really succeed in controlling it, and we just kind of see the fallout that happens over these 3 books. And I believe this is like, we have multiple POVs occasionally, so that was really great, and I just love the series. And that book, like, I remember that 3rd book like no tomorrow, so I really want to get on that. And plus now there is a prequel book, so that's another reason why I want to reread that one, so I can read this one finally, because I've had that one just sitting there for a while. And then the next book series that I have is Halfway to the Grave by Jeannie Frost. This is the first book in the Night Huntress series, which I haven't finished yet. And it's so shameful, but not really shameful, because like, I like first got a Kindle when they first came out, and then that one was stolen / lost, and then I didn't have a Kindle for a while, and that's where I was reading this. That's where I was keeping up with the series when it came out. I didn't own the physical books at that time, and I don't know, it just didn't curb me. But then I finally bought the physical books, and it's just a whole long story of people borrowing them and people loving them, and people always wanting to know other book series like this, but there isn't really another book series like this. Okay, so let's tell you what this book series is about. This is an urban fantasy adult type thing, so if you guys are good with that, they do have adult content within the 2 main characters. I feel like this is a perfect blend between the romance and a plot line within a serious type thing. Like, I very rarely find that type like a balance, and it was just excellent. And it follows this half vampire named Kath, and she kind of kills vampires, and then she is found by this other vampire, bounty hunter type guy or whatever, and she wants to find like the vampire who fathered her, and it kind of leads to this whole thing. And it was just excellent, and I highly recommend the series. Like, every time somebody has read it, they have not been disappointed. So hopefully that will still hold true for you guys if you go off and read it. And then the next series that I have for you guys is the Half Bad trilogy by Sally Green, and we have Half Bad, Half Wild, and Half Lost, you guys. This one follows Nathan, and he is a half white, half black witch. In this world, he is the only half black and half white witch. The white witches, which are the good guys, and the black witches, which are the black guys. So he is kind of ostracized in this society right now, because he, number one, they don't like black witches, and then number 2, he is like the son of the most famous black witch there is, and even within his own family there is contention there. So he wants to go off, like, to come into their powers, they have to have a ritual with a family member, and in order to do that, he knows he has to go off to get his father, because that's the only way it's ever gonna really happen from him. And it kind of ticks off from there, and I really love those books. I do have to say, I really wish that 3rd book was longer, and certain things hadn't happened. There's like whole discussions on this that I'd be reading on other people's reviews and like topic things. Like, you guys need to go off and read it so you guys can discuss it with everyone how you feel. Like I love the series, and I love the progression of it. So those are all the books that I have to show you. Technically I have more, but I'm like cut myself off. So you guys let me know down below if you guys have any recommendations for retellings, or a series, or ones that go for both, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.